Welcome back to Two Dogs Talk the Ball. Today, we're going to be doing a little Titans, Cowboys talk, asking each other a couple questions about our teams. Just want to get a little feel of our team so far, getting into the camps and stuff. Preseason's right around the corner. We getting there. It's almost football season.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready, dude.
So I'm gonna go right into your first question that I have for you. What do you want to see in Cam Ward's second year this year? He had a good rookie year, but what do you want to see to take next step?
Just probably getting off to a better start, unlike how he did last year. Obviously he's a rookie quarterback. You're gonna start off. You're playing for one of the worst teams, and you had one of the worst O-lines. So it's technically, it's your fault, but it's not your fault.
Yeah.
I would like to see his QBR quarterback rating improve. I would like to see the turnovers go down, especially the fumbles. Early on in the season, you could tell he was holding on to the ball a little bit too long in the pocket. But you saw that improve. You saw him, kind of utilize his momentum or his movement, rolling out of the pocket, left, right side. So I just think, overall, the main thing that I want to see improve is just like his style of play, just not hold on to the ball too long and, getting the ball out quickly and just honestly, we have a good O-line this year. So, the dude's like 6'3", 225. He's not afraid to, duck his shoulder and hit somebody. So, honestly, I like to see him use his feet more, quarterback sneaks, read options, RPOs, G leads, whatever. So, I just think overall, it's just his style of play needs to improve a little bit more.
Yep.
Kind of sticking, basically about just, playing style. We hear the term glue guy a lot, a guy that's not the star, but he's a guy that you would want on that field in clutch moments. So, obviously for, let's take Tennessee football, for example, this past year. Miles Kitselman, Mike Matthews. On offense and defense for Dallas, who is your glue guy that, would step up this year?
Well, on offense, you got CD, Pickens, and Prescott there. But, a guy that really stepped up last year in his first year in Dallas was Javonte Williams. And this dude runs hard. And if you get another year like that, where you have the running game working as good as it did last year and the receiving game, this could be a really dangerous offense. And like a couple years ago, when we brought back Ezekiel Elliott on the offense, our running game was not the greatest. So it kind of hurt the offense because we were relying on throwing every down. So having that running back be strong and getting 1,000 yards this season and, get about 8 to 10 touchdowns, that's pretty helpful for the team. And I think that could be a really helpful guy for this team. I really like how he runs. The dude has speed, but he can truck some people down too. And on defense, Demarion Overshown, I want this guy to be great, and I know he has the potential. Injuries have cut him short on fully releasing what he has. Like a couple years ago, he tore his ACL, MCL, PCL. It was a really bad injury, and they were saying he was going to miss 2 years, but he came back about Thanksgiving last year. And, he wasn't playing to the top of his game because he was still kind of, still just coming back, feeling the game, which was good to get those games in. And it gets him ready for this year as long as he can have a full camp, playing some preseason, not too much, just give him a couple snaps in, and then just be ready for hopefully a full regular season and hopefully be a key part to this defense because I know he can be because his rookie year, he had 5 sacks, a couple forced fumbles. I think he had a touchdown. The dude was making plays wherever he was, and he's like that sneaky weapon in the middle. So if he could stay healthy, I think he could be that guy on defense and then Williams on offense.
Hey.
My second question for you is what offseason move do you expect to be the biggest game changer for you this year?
Looking at, who we acquired in trades and free agency, we got guys like Alontae Taylor, good defensive backs, good receivers. But I'm going to stick with a coaching change, and that's Brian Dable. You saw how he was a good coordinator with Bama, with Buffalo, just obviously at the head coaching spot. We saw his kind of failure with the Giants in his few years there. But, just overall, as a coordinator, that guy is a mastermind at play calling. So, you've got a second-year quarterback that has potential. You've got guys around him. You've got a good O-line this year. utilize that play calling, and you'll see Brian Dable might get an extension as a coordinator this year after this season.
Mm-hmm.
So I would think, a big, kind of not focusing on a player, but the biggest thing that I think that we've got, when it comes to acquiring somebody is Brian Dable, the offensive coordinator. So kind of leading, kind of staying on topic, but on the defensive side, for both of us, our defenses were terrible this past season. But you guys went out and got some studs in the draft, got some studs in free agency, but your coaching staff looks a whole lot better on defense. So kind of go into detail on your thoughts and views on, how well do you think your defense will improve this year other than how it was last year?
Well, it can't get any worse than it was last year. 32nd in the league. So, I mean, you're going to see improvements in some places. And, I mean, in the middle of the season last year, we acquired Quinnen Williams for the defensive line, and we traded Osa Odighizuwa. So, you have replaced Osa Odighizuwa with Quinnen Williams, one of the best defensive tackles in the entire game. And then you still got Kenny Clark up the middle, too. I think those are two great defensive tackles to have for this team. And then your edge rushers, they're kind of a little, I don't really know. Rashawn Gary, he's a good veteran. But then you have these couple of young guys. Our first-round pick this year, Malachi Lawrence, and last year's second-round pick, Donovan Ezekiel. Two young guys, and both have the talent that they can get to the quarterback. And I think we have a good enough edge room to where we can just keep rotating people in and out because you want to keep these guys fresh, get to the quarterback quick. So I would like to see, that's kind of like an iffy spot for me. But, it's because they're so young. What if one of them just comes out and lights it up? I mean, I don't know if that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
They're so young. I would just like, a good 5 to 8 sacks this season. I would be happy with that because I know these guys are going to be rotating in more and more. So, and I expect Gary to get about 8, which I'll take because last year our sack leader was Jadeveon Clowney. I think he had like 8. So if we could have someone get more than 8, that'd be great. The linebacker position, I don't really know how to feel about that right now either. It's not my favorite, but I think if Overshown stays healthy, I think that'll be a big key for that linebacker spot. Because we didn't sign or trade for a linebacker this offseason, which, not great. But we also have a couple of young guys there. We drafted a guy from Florida, Shamar James, last year.
He was nasty.
Yeah, this guy I think has some big potential, just like Overshown. And then we also moved Maurice Leofau to linebacker, and he can force fumbles. Like his punch that he has, it's pretty crazy how he does it. Like I've seen some good guys who can force fumbles, but he looks like he could really be good at that. And if he can get his hands near a ball, he will probably punch it out. And the quarterback position, again, it's just so like, if these guys can bounce back or how are the rookies going to do. I mean, you got Deron Bland. Is he going to be back to how he was? I would love to get the all-pro cornerback back out of him. No more Trayvon Diggs. He's gone. So now you signed Kobe Durant from the Rams, who had a couple of picks in the playoffs. I think he could be really helpful for this cornerback room. And we just got a couple of other guys. I mean, you got Josh Butler, He's been in one of those guys that's been like hanging around practice squad, but he finally got a chance about like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Towards ACL, in a couple games in, it was like this guy looked like he could be a stud, but he got hurt, So if this team can stay healthy, and then you got the safety position, which I think we are probably the most stacked at. We got Caleb Downs, we got Jalen Thompson, we got PJ Locke, plus we still got Malik Hooker. And Downs will probably play a little bit of nickel corner too, so that's going to help, just rotating these guys in and stuff. Because we have so many safeties right now, it's going to be, you got to rotate some of them in and out. And it's going to be hard because I feel like Downs and Jalen Thompson and PJ Locke could all be starters for this safety room. But overall, this defense, I think, could be pretty dangerous this year. I would like at least just top 15 or top 20. Because if we get the same offensive production that we got last year,
Playoffs.
and then you get a top 20 defense, that's all we needed last year was like a top 20 defense. And, Christian Parker, he's going to show you one thing, do another thing. I think it could be a fun season up for the defense. I really hope it is. And, overall, I think it could be a fun year for them. How comfortable do you think Carnell Tate will look in his first year?
I hope we can, kind of, obviously I don't think we'll play him much in preseason. We'll keep him healthy, but I think, with the reps that he does get in preseason ball this year, you know, I think you will see a glimpse of it. But, I mean, obviously we'll find out, you know, week 1. But, I mean, you saw how dominant, you know, he was dominant. I mean, he was just dominating at Ohio State. That dude was a stone cold killer, just, you know, terrorized any, you know, corner, safety, any weak side help, any double defender, double defense, you know, down the field. But, man, I mean, we saw how he, you know, just performed at Ohio State. Mm-hmm. So I think with a guy like that and with the expectations around him, I think he will live up to the expectations, but I kind of think that you won't see that level of production until midway in the season. I think that, you know, he might have a big play here and there to start off, but I think if I'm Brian Dable as a coordinator, I'm kind of, you know, still trying to implement some, you know, certain routes for him on offense. I mean, obviously, you know, with Dable, he's like I said, he's a mastermind. He'll fit anybody into his system on offense. But I think we probably won't see Tate's full potential until I'd say maybe around week 7, week 8, maybe midway of the season. But I think even when you don't see his full potential, he's going to make some big plays early on in the season. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. You know, he's got a good quarterback. You know, he's got good veteran leadership around him to show him, you know, if you make a mistake, this is how you bounce back. If you make a big play, this is how you stay humble. So, I mean, I'm just ready to watch him work against different opponents other than our practice squads or OTAs, all that. So I'm ready to watch this dude work. We saw him at Ohio State. Now we see him at Tennessee Titans performing ball out. Speaking of ball, we love ball over here, don't we, Jason?
We love talking ball.
Jake Ferguson didn't love ball security last year.
No.
If he doesn't improve that, what you going to do with him?
So, I think in the last 2 years I saw it. He had like 7 fumbles.
I blame it on the Cavender.
Okie dokie. Yeah, ball security is a big thing, and if he doesn't get that under control, I mean, he could lose his spot very soon. Because, I mean, we still got young guys in the system. We still got Luke Schoonmaker, who we drafted in the second round a couple years ago. We picked up Michael Trigg as an undrafted free agent out of Baylor. NCAA football legend.
Yes, sir.
But on a real note, he has a lot of potential, and I think he could be a sneaky make it to the roster for our first game. I mean, the dude has potential. We just have other tight ends that could fill in his spot if he fumbles like that again. Because ball security is very important for a tight end. And if you're fumbling the ball that much, like, sure, you're getting 10 touchdowns, but you've also lost the ball 4 or 5 times, which is hurting the offense.
Yeah.
And then hurting your defense because you're throwing them right back out there when they weren't ready to be back out there. I mean, I'm sure they're always ready, but, you know, just that's like a quick, sudden change. All right, you got to get back out there. Your teammate fumble the ball, you got to go make up for it. Go try to stop them. And when we had the worst defense in the league last year, we were not stopping them. So, you know, that really hurt us last year. And, like, there was some drives where we're, like, past the 50, and then all of a sudden he fumbles, and then it's like all the momentum just shifted the other way. And that really hurts you in games. So, you know, he needs to work on holding on to the ball, and I think that's really the only thing he needs to work on. But he did lose a little bit of speed, that like the flashy plays that he was making a couple years ago. So if he could get back to making the flashy plays and holding on to the ball, he could be a really good tight end this year and really helpful for this offense. You know, my last question that I got for you is, what's the record going to be?
I'm going to say 17-0. I'm just playing.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Realistically, I'm thinking if we, I don't want to go too high, but I do feel confident about this team. I said that last year, but I've said that every year since like 2008. Or 2000.
Always confident.
Ever since I was born.
Gotta stay confident.
Ever since I was born in 2006, 20 years later, I've seen one AFC championship. So.
I see 0 NFC championships.
At least you have Super Bowl champ. I mean, I was a yard away from one, but it's okay.
Yeah, man, I saw all those championships too.
I didn't. But back on track. I'm gonna say 8-9, 9-8, maybe 10-7. I think we beat the Cowboys this year.
Yeah.
38-0.
That is not.
Cam Ward 400 yards. Dak Prescott 4 interceptions. Talk about ball security. But no, yeah, I think a good 8-9, 9-8, 10-7. Solid record, wild card spot. I mean, I don't have any hope for the playoffs, but because we ain't been to the playoffs since 2022, and it's 2026. So
I made it 2 years ago. It was really
is
fun.
that when y'all played the Packers?
And yeah, we lost by like 30.
And then was it the previous year?
Oh wait, no, wait. We lost by 16 because we scored a couple of fourth quarter touchdowns that didn't mean anything.
At least you made it. I watched you. My team.
Yeah, I sat there and watched it.
Will Levis was at home eating bananas, drinking his coffee, putting mayonnaise in it. How do you think I felt? Your team made it at least. I mean, y'all were down like 35 at half, but that don't matter.
Just sitting there.
But on a serious note, 9-8, 8-9, 10-7. Which leads to my last question. What's your record going to be?
So we went 8-9 last year, and I mean we have the worst defense in the league. So if you get that top 20 defense, I think we can.
1-16.
If Prescott gets hurt week 1, maybe.
You want me to go play quarterback? I gotta get a snap count.
No, we got Joe Millen.
Oh wait, no, y'all going 17-0 then.
Yeah, man, he proved it against the Giants in that last game last
Hey,
year.
just don't let him run out of bounds. If you see a team called Ole Miss, do not let him run out of bounds.
Nah, it's foul play of the game. No Hail Mary. Run that ball
Remember
out.
when Nico ran it out against Arkansas?
Nah, he felt bad.
We were a 21-point favorite.
He felt bad. Alright, we still made playoffs that year.
Who we lose to?
The submit.
Ohio State, who lost to 6-6 Michigan 3 weeks before that.
We just felt bad.
At Ohio
We
State.
just want to give them a couple years. We just want them to feel happy. That's
So you're saying what's your record?
yeah, back on track. Probably 12-5, 11-6, around that range. Because I feel like you're going to win a couple more games if you have a better defense.
One of that
Obviously.
losses will be the Tennessee Titans.
That will not be one of them.
Yep. 38-0 Prescott, 4 interceptions.
No. We're going to lose to the Giants twice. We're going to lose to Washington.
I mean, the Giants could be dangerous this year.
Now we're going to sweep the Eagles.
They're so bad.
A.J. Brown, him.
Jalen Hurts is not a top 10 quarterback.
That's how we're leaving this $2 talk ball out.